What's up guys, I'm the LEGO Transformers guy, but you can call me TLTG, and today I present my G1 in Blastoff, the third installment of the wobbly combaticons. Blastoff is by far my favourite of all of the combaticons, but the build that I did is my least favourite, right next to my Onslaught. When that video comes out, you will know why. He's so buns. But it works, I'm not going to complain. I think I did a pretty good job in encapsulating all of the shuttle details. But keen-eyed viewers, that's you, could probably realise that it's the exact same mould as my G1 Vortex. And I'll show you in the size comparisons. But overall, this guy compresses quite nicely from the bottom. You can't even really tell it's a Transformer other than these two clips. And if you don't know that's the head, that's pretty hard to uncover, you know. But yeah, obviously the colours are wrong and that's supposed to be smooth, but I didn't have any of the pieces and I really could not be bothered anymore. These guys are all going to buns. I tried really hard on a Swindle and that turned out kind of cheeks with the colours. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with a rainbow Transformer. But, going into size comparisons, starting off with his mould mate, G1 Vortex. And, as I said, you can see it's the same mould. If I turn this around, you can see that it uses the same transformation technique. If we get that out of the way, it's the same arms, it's the same body. The only thing different is the head and obviously the details. But anyway, going to the next size comparison. Here we have G1 Swindle, and obviously the size comparison does not match whatsoever because Swindle is either a very large Jeep or Blastoff is a very small shuttle. But what are you going to do? Mass shifting is really annoying. And for the final size comparison, here we have the thing that I based this all off, G1 AOTP Blastoff. Obviously, I tried to copy the colours as much as possible, taking both modes into consideration, which is why this guy's more brown down here, because I can't do what this does. But yeah, I copied this purple thing here and the grey thing running into the tip of the shuttle. And then obviously I matched this brown layer on top. If I could get all the pieces in this dark brownish colour, other than this light brownish colour, I would have it because it's so much more accurate. Obviously on the back he's missing all 4 of his boosters, which is sad. I would rather him have none and it not hinder the transformation than have all of them and then it does hinder the transformation and it looks bad in both modes. But you'll come to see this guy looks bad in robot mode anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I probably could have done it. I would have given him his guns, but he doesn't have any hands, so he can't hold them, so there's no really point. Anyway, going to transformation, and you can listen to the beautiful song by the Bucknells. Now this guy is in robot mode. You can really tell that this is awful. The legs are so bad. Obviously, it's practically the exact same leg design as Vortex, but he has the wings. And the wings, aren't they? I have no idea what I could have done differently, because the original design for the wings, it wasn't good, but it was better in robot mode, but it looked bad in alternate mode, and I'd rather have this, which looks better in alternate mode than it does in robot mode. But other than that, he's not too bad, I guess. The head's a bit cheeks as well. But I had to copy the exact same head design because nothing else fits. So I had to copy the head design from Vortex. But I wanted to make it different. So I tried to give him the little things on the side of his head, you know. But yeah, getting past all of his deformities, he doesn't really look that too far from the original show. Obviously, the hands, or the lack thereof hands, they're awful. But I guess you could take them off and replace them. That's parts forming. And in the last video, I said I don't like parts forming. So I'm not going to do that. But I think it's pretty cool. For articulation, he can do a 360 at the shoulder. It can go that far out. And then using the D-snot, you can go that far up. Or you can do that. You can do the YMCA, I guess. He can look that far up and not really far down, and he can't turn his head due to these parts, which is pretty sad. He does have the exact same lower body thing like he has. If that didn't happen, he does have hip swivel. And I forgot, but he does also have an elbow joint, which can go that far up, which actually isn't that bad. He can move his leg that far out forward, that far out backwards, and getting the arm out of the way that far out sideways, which is pretty good. And he lacks any knee joints. But for what he is, it's pretty cool. This guy has quite a nice little finger fiddle. That sounds really wrong. He's a desk former, I guess. He's not like the other lot. Obviously, you could probably say that Vortex is also a desk former, because it takes about 2 seconds for him to transform. But yeah. Getting into some size comparisons, here we have his moldmate G1 Vortex, and they look even similar now. G1 Swindle, and I do not know if this is accurate or not. I don't know who's supposed to be the tallest, but if this guy's a Voyager in the toy line, he's probably supposed to be bigger than Blastoff. And to finish off the video, here we have AOTP Blastoff. Obviously, they don't really look similar. Anyway, that was my look on G1 Blastoff. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and comment. And if you like this video and you want to see more, subscribe. And I will see you all next time.